Dave, you've just finished the association's presentation to the ALP at Parliament House today on behalf of the Australian Electric Vehicle Association. How did it go?
Oh, it was great. We were utterly amazed at the response we got from Mr. Ripper and the other members of the party. I mean, we're an apolitical association ourselves and are willing to work with any political party, but when we get an ear of someone like Mr. Ripper, it's great. He showed very knowledgeable interest in the whole thing, and we were happy to bring a few cars along to support his rollout of his discussion paper. It was fantastic.
We're battling with the wind a little bit here. Your hair's waving around. It'd be great to see a wind generator sitting here with a 240 volt outlet on it, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. I guess Parliament House has solar panels on the roof, does it?
Not yet, I don't think. I have heard it said that it runs on hot air, but I'm not sure which way that works.
Very good. Because that's the one thing about an electric vehicle. It gives you the choice of using renewable energy, sustainable generation methods, either with wind power or solar PV. You don't get that choice with a petrol car. There's a lot of people that talk to me about how green electric cars are, or in fact how green perhaps they're not because of our electricity grid. We're lucky in WA in that the electricity grid is over 60% generated by natural gas. Gives us an edge on other states like Victoria that use a lot of coal. However, like I said, we have a choice. If you've got solar PV on your roof, you can charge your car on sustainable energy. You can't do that with a petrol car.
So what area of panels would you need to run your beautiful looking, looks like you polished it last night, your BMW?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we spent the wee small hours getting the cars ready for the cameras today, but I think
I hope you didn't use too much of our beautiful potable drinking water on it.
Elbow grease, it's free. But yeah,
I mean, you couldn't run this car off the energy you could collect off panels on the car, for instance, could you?
Not quite. I guess you've been following the solar challenge that travels from, solar-powered cars race from Darwin to Adelaide each year, well, every second year I think it is.
Yeah.
And we've got a member in our association that is a school teacher, works with one of the high schools here, and they entered a car in the last solar challenge. And they had to actually reduce the car's size by 3 square metres. The rules have changed. The cars were getting so fast on the available sunlight that they reduced the area of solar panels. So it's now down to 5 square metres they're allowed on their vehicles. Another couple of years, who knows, it may have to be reduced to 3 square metres.
Well, that technology is improving all the time, isn't it?
You've got 3 square metres on this car, I'm sure.
Yeah. Now, we've had a quick look at Patrick's off-the-shelf bike and how that works. Can you give us a quick rundown on what you've had to do to your BMW to get it running on electric energy?
It's a relatively simple process. You take out the old engine. If you're at all mechanically minded, you take out the old engine and gearbox and sell them to someone. You mount an electric motor where the gearbox was, because the electric motors are relatively small. Their efficiency is so great that you only need a fraction of the space for an electric motor that you use for an internal combustion engine. You then take the petrol tank out and you mount a charger there. Put some batteries where the petrol tank was and some batteries where the engine was to give you basically the same weight distribution that the car had before, and then the car drives and handles just like the original.
Beautiful. Now, you're right next to the door there. Can you pop the bonnet for us and give us a look underneath?
Certainly can.
And of course, one of the questions people would be wanting to know is the conversion, you say, is fairly simple. Was it very expensive?
That's a good question.
Now we've got to work out how to open it. It must be there somewhere.
It can't be that difficult.
That one?
Oh, it comes the other way, doesn't it?
Oh, gosh.
So often I get into this
Oh.
one.
So you've got a few batteries there.
You don't have all the servicing problems that a normal car has. You don't have to check the radiator and the oil.
Yep.
So I'd forgotten how to open the bonnet.
Oh.
But yeah, sorry, your last question was?
So this is obviously your battery bank.
Yep.
This would be some sort of controller, is it?
Yes. The controller limits the energy going to the motor in response to your right foot on the accelerator pedal.
Yep.
So then it drives just like a normal car with a normal accelerator.
And this little green thing over in the corner next to your left hand there.
Yeah, that's all part of the controller. There's like a sensor module and the actual power electronics. So you're switching some fairly high currents from these cells. They're lithium ion cells.
Yeah.
Lead acids are out of favour with electric cars because they weigh too much.
That's right. Yep.
The lithiums have far more energy for a given weight.
And that technology is improving all the time, isn't it?
It is, yes. They're tinkering with the chemistry, and I think there are 3 different chemistries available to EV builders, but there's a 4th one coming online, which offers even more energy for a given space and weight.
So we can expect to see some big improvements with this technology over the coming years.
Yes, we can.
There's not many things under here I recognise. That looks like the water container for the... you don't have a radiator?
The
you do
electronics probably have a small radiator with them. There's some pipes here.
So that must be your windscreen wiper
cool.
reservoir?
Yeah.
And over here
that's
there's not...
a new device.
Yeah.
Because you've lost the vacuum for your power brakes.
Yeah.
So that little pump is actually
Oh, it's a little vacuum pump.
vacuum pump for the hydraulic brakes.
And then you've got what looks like a little battery over here?
Yes, it's a requirement, a licensing requirement that your lights and hazard flashes and wipers and all the normal 12-volt systems will work even if you have a problem with your main battery pack. So all EVs are fitted with a small 12-volt battery just as a backup basically.
Now I've never owned a BMW. Is this the standard fuse box over here?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Right. So the stuff down here is reasonably standard. Looks like it's been added. And this is all off-the-shelf technology, or are you making?
The batteries are imported, but there's a little device you probably see across each cell.
Yep.
That's part of the management system for the batteries to keep them in good health. Because they're expensive, we have to look after them. And it monitors their charging. And they're locally made.
Oh, incredible. Now, what have we got in the boot? You were saying there's something in the boot?
There may be some more batteries in the boot.
Do we know how to open the boot?
We'll have a look at it. It may not be locked. Oh,
Electric vehicle. Yep. So that's your backup.
We have a usable space of boot, and that's where the petrol tank was. So we've used up the petrol tank space with more batteries. And
this is your personalised, well, we can't call it a number plate, but it certainly portrays their message. Electric vehicle.
We've asked the Department of Transport to help us with a logo that we can put in the number plate, like an LPG car has.
Yep.
To show that it's an electric vehicle charged with electricity. And I think they'll probably adopt the national lightning sign in the yellow triangle, but we've got to wait and see.
Oh, well, good luck with that. And for anybody who wants to know how to get hold of you guys,
yes,
there it is on your t-shirt.
We're Australia-wide.
Australian Electrical Vehicle Association, and there's your website.
Yep, that's correct.
Thanks very much for your time today.
Thank you very much, John.
Well done.